Hello everyone, I'm doing an evening class just to kind of help you, or evening yoga, help you to wind down from the day, whether it was busy or not busy. A lot of times we have a lot going on in our minds, and it's good to let it go. Whatever goes on inside our minds and our emotions often gets stored in the body, so it's good to practice stretching and relaxing and letting go and releasing the body. So we're going to do that. So it's about 20-25 minutes, and we're going to start seated first with a nice tall spine but no rigidity, and just starting to roll the shoulders back. So you just kind of think about lifting and rolling the shoulders back a few times. You can use your hands, or just lift and roll them back. Just continue to move them up and back as you breathe in, breathe out. It's particularly nice, if you've been hunched over a computer, or a desk, or just slouched over on the couch, whatever you're doing during the day. But a lot of times we do kind of droop down and forward if you're reading or writing, or again doing some of your work, right? So it's nice at the end of the day just kind of reach that back. So we'll be opening up the chest, the neck, the shoulders, and of course the hips. So we're going to keep those shoulders back, and just with eyes open or closed, just take a nice breath in and feel the breath in the lungs, feel the breath in the nostrils as you breathe in, as you breathe out. Remember, our focus is always on the exhale. So see if you can make your exhale more important than your inhale. A little longer, a little deeper. Relaxing the eyes, the ears, the mouth, palate, the tongue, the jaw. Letting your lower jaw just kind of hang a little bit. So if you have a habit of clamping down on the back molars, just allow that awareness to come here, and just allow that to open and relax and separate. Just be here for a few more breaths. Again, just trying to relax the mouth, the eyes, the jaw, the ears. We'll take the arms nice and open here, and just kind of get them at that 90-degree. We'll open through the chest. So you're going to feel your elbows going back, the wrists going back, even the ears going back. Again, no stress or strain, and just breathing in and breathing out. Stretch the chest and bring the hands back. Point your fingers back, so your thumbs are going to turn out. Lift the chest and get that nice opening, and just feel both of your hands into the ground. Feel like you're leaning back or pressing the arms away from each other slightly so the chest can open. Good. And as we come up, take that right hand behind your back, maybe holding on to that left elbow like that, if you want to do that. And lean the ear over to the left. So you're leaning away from that arm. And just let your neck and your shoulder relax and hang open. Just again, notice where you might be holding on, or where it feels like it's pulling too much. I talk about this quite a bit recently. Just the over pulling and the over stretching can create tension in the muscles, in the fascia, in the body. So try to relax and try to hang and let go. And then we're going to just bring the chin down, so you'll be stretching the back of the neck. You're still leaning the head over to the left. Coming back to the side, and this time leaning the head back and stretching through the front of the neck, maybe at the collar. Try to drop open those shoulders and back a little bit more as you breathe in and breathe out. Letting go. Good. Release it to the center. Bringing that right hand down. Just kind of feel the difference between the two sides of the neck, and taking that left arm behind you. You can hold on to the arm, or just put it behind you, or just put it on the floor if you want to, right? But just lean the ear over, straight over to the side. Do your best to let go. The side of the head get heavy. And then bringing the head forward slightly, so that you're still leaning over to the side, getting the back of the neck. Inhaling the next one. Awesome. And then we'll bring it to the side, and then leaning So again, you're still to the side, but you're just letting the head go back a little bit and just feeling the release. And letting go and coming right into the center. Beautiful. So if you have your yoga blocks and you want to use them here, you can. We're going to have the legs out and just kind of opened up a bit here. And you can put the blocks, or if you have cushions and things like that, you can put them right in front of you. You don't have to use them at all. You can put them right on the floor. But you're having this slight turnout, or turnout really, but the legs are not completely straight. And just allow the lower back and the top of the buttock to come forward. And again, listening to the breath. And we're not doing any, muscle pulling or muscle activation. Those are those other yoga classes, the ones more in the morning that are a little bit more energetic. If you're starting to come down and you don't need the blocks anymore and you want to go straight down to the floor, you can go ahead and do that, or you can also put the block right under your forehead and let that block come down. So whichever one works for you, you can hang it in the air, let it come down. If you have your palms up, it'll help you to stop pulling and let you more drop. So letting that spine release, let your head drop, getting rid of any negativity in the mind, right? Let it drip right out of the head, be in this present moment. The shoulders relax, the neck, right across the upper back. So the head is dropping, the chest is dropping, the spine is dropping. You can turn your head a few times just to feel any tightness and letting it go. And feel that exhale just have you come down even more. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll come right up and we'll take that right leg out to the side and that left foot comes in as close as you want to up to the top of the hip. You can keep it down if you want to. You can also put the block right under the knee if your hip is a little bit tight. And just come over and just stretch open first to that open chest stretch. And then bring the arm behind you and just lean over. So you're going to start to feel the side body opening. It's very good to get that side of the hip to open. And again, breathing and relaxing the eyes, the ears, mouth, jaw, neck and shoulders. So keep letting it drop. Keep opening up that side body, and then we're going to turn over to this leg. And again, try to get a little bit of tone to the leg here. Feel free to use your yoga strap if you want to, just right around the foot, or you can catch the foot itself. Again, nothing too aggressive here. Just think about lengthening the front and the sides and the back of the body as you come forward, as you let everything drop down. So releasing tension from the back, any stiffness, the spine. Nice. And we'll come right back up here and take this leg and just bring it behind you here. Okay, so we're gonna reach open back and taking the hip and moving it forward. So if your hip is back like that, just roll it forward, getting this nice open space here. If the chest turns to the side, just see if you can keep the chest in the middle and then start to lift up. So you're rolling onto your shins, into the knees, and opening up the right and left hips. Lengthen through the body. Open that chest a little bit more if you can. Side body nice and long. If it feels good, let your head go back. If it doesn't, tuck your chin in, okay? And then slowly letting that go. Beautiful. And let's come right over to the other side. So we'll take that left leg out and that right foot comes in. Again, remember to use the block if you need it. And we're going to start with this reaching over to the side. Get this nice open chest position first as you breathe. And dropping that hand back, roll it back, and lean over to the side. So we're getting our side body open here. Kind of like what we do when we're doing that triangle pose or anything like that. Just trying to let the head and the neck and the shoulders relax. The jaw drop. Eyes relax. And when you're ready, we'll rise up and turn. and come over the leg. So we're gonna come forward. Again, feel free to use your strap. Lengthen your side body. Try to eliminate the pulling, but more lengthening and releasing. A little bit of tone to the leg is good here. And again, just try to drop as you lengthen. Great job. All right. Let's come on up and take that leg back. So it's going to come right back behind us here. And again, roll your hip forward. Now that leg can be straight if you don't want it to be bent. I forgot to tell you on the other side, but feel free to do that. We want to try to open up this fold here. So pushing the hip forward and moving it forward. Get as much length as you can. Try to keep your chest right in the center as you come up and lift. And again, just feeling the stretch at both hips, the belly. Head back or head drop forward, whichever one is good for you. Great. All right, so we're going to come onto the belly. And as we come onto the tummy, we're just going to start to lengthen through the legs. So just kind of scooching your stuff out of the way, if you're like me. And just bringing those forearms right underneath the elbows, right under the shoulders, wrists in line there. And pressing your palms down. And feel like you're drawing your wrists backwards toward your hips. And feel like you're pulling your hips forward toward your wrists. And lengthen so that the tailbone is down and your hips are getting more and more open. Now see if you can squeeze your kneecaps up off the floor gently as you open your hips, stretch the belly, toning your tummy and strengthening your upper back. Now this last little piece is to squeeze your elbows back like you're pulling your elbows toward your feet. And slowly release. And we're going to go with child's pose, but you can of course do downward dog if you want to. But just making this a little bit lighter tonight. Just get the tops of your thighs to come back. Make sure the crease at the knees is a good crease behind the knees. And start to move, again, the top of the buttock forward. Stretch your arms, lengthen, get a good stretch to the arms. See if you can keep those elbows lifted as you're bringing your shoulders down. Okay, shoulders down and wide. Keep those elbows up. And breathing in, breathing out. Resting the head on the yoga block or on the floor. All right, so we're going to come up and do stretch for the hips. So you can use your yoga blocks if you need to, but just step 1 foot forward and your back leg is going to be nice and long. So just try to lengthen it back as much as you can and feel like, you're lifting that knee or pushing your knee back and up off the floor. You're trying to lift that back knee up and moving that back hip forward. And just so you can feel a good opening, release through the hips. And just inhale to exhale. And we'll come back and extend this front leg. So I want you guys to be more back on your back foot and shin. So get your weight back as much as you can. Use your yoga blocks if you can't reach for the ground. So rather than kind of launching forward into this, see if you can sink back. So you're on that back foot more as you bend. Again, neck, shoulders relax. Just release that and switch to the other side. So when you guys are ready, you'll take the other foot forward, get that nice lunge and open the hips, every part of it. So your back leg is nice and long and your back knee feels like it's moving back and lifting up off the floor. So it doesn't have to lift, but you're just kind of feeling that energetically. and that back hip is coming forward. So just see if you can continue to move in that way as you breathe deeply. Trying to feel that release at the hip, or unfolding at the hip, releasing tension anywhere that you feel like it's locked up. And then we'll start to come back when you're ready, just stretching that leg. Again, you don't want your weight forward onto this foot. We are always tempted to do that. So bring your weight back to the back foot and shin. Keep reaching back as you bend forward. And just again, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. All right, so let's let that go. And we're gonna come into extended puppy pose. So the hips are right over the knees, the arms stretch forward, and you hollow out the belly, so like stretch that lower belly. Your arms keep lifting up, and your chest comes down. So elbows up, chest comes down. Remember, you guys, you want to feel like you're lifting the chest, the front and the sides, up as much as you can, and sending the top of the buttock back. So you're getting that deep stretch, side body, front body. As you inhale and exhale. And we'll take that right leg out to the side. Okay, so right out to the side of you. And you'll take that right arm underneath the left. And just kind of get this rotation. Now you don't want to twist your torso, just the shoulders. So don't let your lower back turn. Just feel that release. Stretch. Good breathing. Good. And we'll come right up and we'll try the other side. So we'll take that in, take your left leg out to the left, and taking the left arm under the right. Head comes down the block or the floor. And just breathe and breathe out. Awesome. All right, we'll let that go and we'll come into pigeon pose. Come forward with that right leg, right knee. You're gonna move this right hip back and to the right, and you can put the block or a cushion right underneath. But keep moving that buttock bone backward and over to the right. Don't let your body move to the right. Keep your spine nice and long as you come down. So you keep finding that stretch. Your back knee feels like it's lifting as you lengthen and stretch the top of the buttock forward. Okay, so keep feeling like you are coming forward if you can, the best you can. And maybe inch your foot a little bit more in front of you or up higher if you're not feeling enough of a stretch. This foot can come up, the shin can come up a little bit higher, and you can actually hold that foot up. And that'll give you more of a stretch, more sensation. All right, and we'll press ourselves up and come off of that leg, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll take that left knee or other knee, whichever one it is, and this foot can be wherever you need it to be. It can be by the hip or up higher. But pull that buttock bone, the bottom of it, backwards and to the left. Keep pulling it back there. And again, you're sending that back knee up and lengthening forward. So the top of the buttock is coming this way. The bottom of the buttock is going back. And you want to keep feeling that stretch. You can, of course, stack here, whatever helps you to release that tension. And again, if you don't feel enough in your hip, you walk this foot up, that shin up a little bit more up in front of you, and you'll start to feel that sensation even more. So you're inching your way into that stretch. And just breathe and breathe out. Beautiful. All right, let's bring ourselves right up here and come right on the belly again for a chest stretch. So right arm goes out to the right, we want to make sure that when you do this, that you're moving the right chest muscle away from the bicep. So you're going to turn your head to the left and move the arm one way. So send that arm out as you're lifting that chest the other way. So you're really getting that nice stretch. You can turn that thumb up to the ceiling, rotate open. You'll feel more of a bicep stretch, a little more pull in there. You can let your head relax. Just really squeeze the back of the shoulder, the back of the arm. Try to stretch inside the elbow and letting go of as much tension as you can. And then when you're ready, let that go, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left arm out to the left, and you're pulling that chest and bicep, well, it's on the ground, open, and just kind of rolling back there. And that thumb can start to turn up to the ceiling, stretching, letting that head drop. Again, just listen to your breath. So good to do. Very nice. Right. And we'll let that go and bring ourselves right back up. So as we come up onto the knees, we're going to come onto the back and make sure you have your straps near you. Do a quick opener here for the hamstring, inner thigh, which is very good to do. So we're going to start with the knees up toward the shoulders, but open out. And see if you can keep that top of the buttock lifted. Don't let it round or drop under. So see if you can find that lift there, and the shoulders drop back, and you can start to release the head and the neck a little bit more. Let your eyes relax, ears relax, just let gravity, just start to feel gravity. Coming into happy baby pose, if you can't reach your feet, you can hold on back here. You can grab the outside, go ahead and do that. Try to keep those ankles, if you can, best you can, right on top of your knees. So your shins are perpendicular to the floor, and your thighs are parallel. So keep moving the top of your thighs back and down. Shoulders nice and wide. Activating your core as you spread the shoulders. All right, so we're going to hold on to the right leg, and again, use the strap if you want to for hamstring stretch here. You can hold the strap or hold your foot. The other leg can be straight. We're going to try to tone that leg, so feel like you're kicking your leg toward you so you can get that nice stretch. But also soften through the shoulders and the neck, and keep that low back lifted so it's nice and strong at the top of the buttock. And just keep trying to soften and let go of the hamstrings. You're not pulling really, really hard, but you're opening up behind the knees so the calf moves toward the heel and the hamstring moves toward the buttock, so that you're opening up where it might be the tightest. Now the strap or the foot is going to go into the same hand as foot, and we're going to go to the side. Make sure your other hip stays grounded, so you're going to use your hand or just anchor it as you stretch and lengthen the inner thigh all the way out and press it toward the floor. So stretch and lengthen. Right, slowly bring that in, and keeping your sacrum on the ground, tucking that right knee in, right and left side of your sacrum, nice and strong on the ground. Make sure that left side stays on the ground so you don't roll to the side of your hip as you fold that right hip and that right lower back over the left. So it's a really nice stretch here. You're trying to move that hip over to the left without rolling your left hip, trying to stretch this right shoulder away from that hip direction. So the shoulder is going to stretch open, and we're going to breathe deeply as you relax and release and try to feel that hip and shoulder separation. Great job. And let's try the other side. So when you guys are ready, bringing those legs in. Again, coming to happy baby pose. Just take a little release here. And then taking the right leg out and getting that left leg straight and strong. So again, strap or no, just try to keep your good alignment. Try to keep the leg active like you're kicking it towards you. Calf, hamstring stretches, and that lower back or the top of the buttock is active. Okay, so you don't want to slouch it or round it just to catch that foot. So this side's a lot tighter. You guys know my tight side, so I'm going to try to keep my authentic stretch. Work on my flexibility and not pull too hard. Just try to relax and release. And as we breathe, I'm going to put straps in the same hand. Other leg stays anchored. As you bring that leg out to the side, stretch your inner thigh away from the groin and toward the floor. So try not to roll your back. Do your best here. And keep breathing in and breathing out. And then slowly bring that in and bend the knee in, and I'm going to stretch that back. So keep your sacrum evenly on the ground. Right side of the back stays down. Don't roll to the side. Move that hip over and across. So again, as that hip is moving to the right, your left shoulder is moving to the left. So feel that hip and shoulder opening and separation. Breathe and breathe out. Great. Now we'll take it to our elevation. Now this one, you're at home, and so if you have a wall that you want to put your legs against, if you just kind of turn and scoot your butt against the wall, put your legs against the wall, you can do that. It's really nice. You put your hips to the wall and slide your legs up the wall. You can go for that. If you want to, you can put a cushion under your hips and just elevate your legs this way. A nice elevation, turn your palms up once you guys get there. Just let your shoulders roll back. Let your legs relax. Let inside the hip socket relax. The groin, and the lower belly and the inner thighs. Just continue to feel gravity in this present moment. Let go of any tightness that you might have in the belly, the lower back. Across the chest and the upper back. Around the neck and the shoulders, the mouth, eyes, ears, throat, jaw, back of head. If you're floating your legs in the air and you want to put them down, go for it. If you're against the wall and you want to stay there, you can do that. You can also, if you're against the wall, slide your feet down the wall with the knees out to the side and rest in that position. It's really up to you guys. But otherwise, you can also put a cushion under each knee if you're lying out in this posture, and just relaxing the body, feeling the breath. This is a time in Shavasana where we just recognize that we are breathing. We're not manipulating the breath. And we recognize that we have a mind and we have a body. The body, is relaxing and not moving. The mind might be moving, so we recognize that and try to let it settle. continue to stay in this present moment. Listening to the sound of your breath. Allow your body to flow with your breath. So the breath feels like it's breathing your body. Relax a little bit more, the muscles if you can, the bones. Relaxing the stomach. Relaxing the kidneys, liver, the lungs. Relaxing the heart, the throat, and the eyes. So that your body just melts from the inside out. So be in this place of calm. In this place of joy. In this place of ease and relaxation. And keep that with you as you start to move out of Shavasana. Okay, so you just start to move your hands and your feet. Keep your awareness with your breath and your calm and your joy and your ease. So you can circle your ankles, rub the hands, you can rub the feet if you want to, you can rub your legs, get that good circulation. You can rub the arms, neck, and just roll to your side and be on your side for a little bit before you come up to seated. All right. And as we come up to seated, sit comfortable.